What's up, Josias? It's Chris here, the owner of CMP Marketing and Design, and I really hope I didn't butcher that name, by the way. But in this video, I'm going to show you what you can do to bring more customers straight to your business using your website Google Business Profile as the tools. Now, I chose these options because given the amount of time that you've been in business and the saturation of your current market for the services that you offer, organic marketing is going to be the best option for you. The reason why I said that is because if you don't have a very strong foundation, social presence, and a lot of brand recognition in your industry already, then when people see your ad, they might just go right over, or they might click on it being interested and don't pull the trigger because they're saying, oh, maybe this guy brought to my attention that I need a pressure washing job done, but I'm gonna go look up the best guys in the area. I'm gonna look up uh, the more established businesses in the area for that type of service. And that's something that I have seen a lot, especially if you're just starting out your business. So I will be going over Facebook ads and Google ads actually here at the end of this video, but the main topics of today are going to be content, backlinks, and citations, and what they'll actually do for your business if you use these strategies. More importantly, how you could easily get an extra 63 jobs to 91 jobs, and I know this sounds astronomical, per month or more by doing what I'm about to teach you right here in this video. But getting right into the first topic, and that's page content. So your website looks great, but page content is made up of the words, the images, and text behind the images called alt text that make up a certain page on your site. Now you actually need about 1,500 to 2,000 words on your homepage to be optimized with Google, depending on your competition and keywords. And this is also going to give you a lot more opportunity to fill in with some buyer intent keywords that you're trying to rank in your business for. Now, what a buyer intent keyword is a word or phrase searched in Google that indicates that person's ready to buy your services. For example, when somebody looks up pressure washing Atlanta, you know that they're looking to get a pressure washing job done, and it's in an area that you target. And when you rank for these words, you come up first and get more customers coming straight to you that are already ready to buy. And to sum it up, Google loves information and relevancy. It actually has bots that will come and scan your website to find out what services you're ranking for, what services you offer, and what areas you target. And in your content, you can place these keywords that tells Google exactly what terms you want to be put in front of when people search for them. That's why content is king, and it's the easiest and fastest way to rank for anything. Now, if you check out the amount of content you have on this front page, it's a decent amount, but it's nowhere near optimized, right? I'd say just a few hundred words on this page. Now, if you go over to one of your biggest competitors in the Atlanta area, and that's Wise Guys Pro Wash, you can see there's a little bit of a difference as far as content goes. Now, when it comes to their content, they're still not at 1,500 words, right? They're still not at that 1,500 to 2,000 words, which in the long run is going to make it a lot easier for you to beat these guys and get all of the business that they're getting from their website from your website. But the biggest things that you want to do at first is targeting all of the smaller areas. Now, I don't want to get too deep into this, but Atlanta is a very, very saturated area. It's a very challenging market, so it's going to take some time to rank there. But if you captured Kennesaw, Marietta, Smyrna, all of these other, I probably butchered that name too, but all of these other smaller areas is going to be cake to get into and rank and get business from. So the second topic I want to go over with you today are backlinks. To do that, I'm going to go into a tool I use called Ahrefs that gives you the breakdown of the performance of a website. Now, as you can see here, there's not really a lot going on with your website. Google doesn't necessarily know that this thing exists. So even though it's a good place for you to send your customers to, it's not doing anything to actually generate you revenue. So you have a couple numbers up here. I'm going to go over those with you real quick. The UR is the power of your homepage. The DR is the power of your entire website. The number of backlinks you have, which I'll explain to you in a minute, the number of websites sending those backlinks, the number of keywords you're ranking for, and the number of traffic that you're getting on estimate by Ahrefs. So a backlink is super simple. It's just another website linking to yours through theirs, either through a clickable text or image. So if I clicked on this link right here and it brought me up to your website, that's an example of this website sending your website a backlink. Now the idea is that these links act like an endorsement of your website from other sites that Google uses to build trust in your business by seeing others vouch for you. Kind of just like a popularity contest where the person with the most wins, but not all backlinks are created equal. You want more powerful and relevant sites linking to you to give your site more authority, because quality always wins with backlinks. And by relevant, I mean if you had other pressure washing sites linking to you, that's going to do a lot more for you than a site like Pizza Hut for obvious reasons, right? Now we could actually hop over here to your competitor's backlink profile and see everything that they're working with. We can actually dive into their backlink profile, find out what they're using, and use it as a roadmap to beat them at their own game. Now, as you can see here, there's a lot of a difference in the numbers that their website's actually putting out. So the UR has some decent power, the DR has some decent power, they have a decent amount of backlinks. This isn't really anything crazy though. The one thing that you do notice here is that they are getting a lot of organic traffic by using these strategies, right? Now, this is actually about 5 to 10 times more than what's reflected here because Ahrefs cannot accurately display the amount of traffic that a website's getting unless it has code directly embedded into that website, such as Google Analytics. So this is probably closer to anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 searches going to their website every single month from various keywords. So this is a lot of potential that you're missing out on by not utilizing these strategies though. Now let's take a look at some of their keywords real quick. The cool thing about keywords, you can capture and rank for as many as you want. Every single area, every single service has their own keywords. Now I took the liberty of giving you the breakdown of some of those numbers and how they work here at the end of this video, but let's take a look at a Google search now. The first thing you're going to see here are Google ads. And while Google ads are amazing if they're ran right, they become a serious money pit if they're not, right? Now, the second thing you see down here is an amazing tool called the Google Map Pack. Many people go here first to find a business that fills their needs, and getting ranked in this top position typically means at least an extra 40 or 50% more calls than top organic ranking alone with just a website. Now, what gets you ranked here amongst other things is having a stronger and larger citation profile than your competitors. And a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number submitted into directories such as Yelp and Yellow Pages. And yes, there are a lot of other ranking factors, but your organic ranking with your site and your citations are some of the biggest here. You could also rank in multiple areas all at once using the same profile, as well as capture all of those near me keywords. So let's say your Google business profile was stationed right here where that pin dropped. Over time, the more power you push to it, the larger the area it's going to cover. And now you have people from all over these areas that you've dominated with your Google business profile, looking up anything related to any services that you offer, and they're seeing you popped up in this first position and calling you first. That's why this is such an amazing strategy for getting local customers. Now, once these strategies are coming together and beginning to outgrow competitors, here's what you might be looking at and why it's worth it. So I just picked keywords from the Atlanta area, even though there are a ton of different areas with a lot of different keywords for all of the services that you offer. But just in this one area alone, and not with all of the keywords included, that's 2,100 searches on average every single month between these keywords. Now, if you converted just 3% of those into paying customers, that's an extra 63 deals per month from your website. And if you couple that with the Google business profile, you're looking at least an extra 40 or 50%. And that's about 91 deals or more by using both strategies just in Atlanta and just with these keywords, not including all the other areas your GBP will take over or all of the other keywords that there are for all of the other areas that you target. So how do we actually find these numbers though? The average click-through rate of somebody in the top position of Google is 28.5%, meaning if I looked up pressure washing Atlanta, this guy's going to typically get about 28.5% of those site visits. 60 to 80% of those will actually call your business or fill out a lead form. And if your closing rate is about 50%, which it typically is getting leads this way, here's what the numbers look like from just the website. Out of 100 searches, if you're in the top position for a buyer intent keyword and you maintain that top position, you can expect to close about 8 to 11 deals per month on average by maintaining that position. I just like the low ball at 3% being the minimum, even though it's often higher because, hey, nobody's ever upset with the low ball, right? And I'm not sure what your margins are specifically, but if you multiplied your average profit per job and the number of jobs you would get, what could you be making this year if you use these strategies? All right, and without further ado, I'm going to go into a few different extra strategies and actually dive deeper into the Google business profile. I'm just going to leave this information up here because I don't want this video to be 20 minutes long. And as you can see, these are going to be your main ranking factors when it comes to your Google business profile ranking. Now, this is obviously aside from your organic ranking. This is all of the extra stuff that you can really just target for your Google business profile. Facebook ads, which is the main thing that you were interested in from the jump. Once again, I think it would be really good for you. I don't think it's going to work as well as if you had an already established brand. So your Facebook ads are not going to perform as well as, let's say, if Wise Guys ran Facebook ads, right? Now, with that being said, once again, it can still work very well for you. I just want to set realistic expectations in your mind. Now, you can get leads for Facebook ads, especially pressure washing leads, for anywhere between $5 to $15 if you do this right. The main things that you need to focus on is having an engaging promo video, which is going to be the best thing, or having very, very good looking before and after pictures. Now for the promo video, if you have TikTok and you have a video that performed really, really well of your process and action, you explaining a few different things, you going from screen to screen to screen, because obviously people have short attention spans, that's going to work for you the best, right? Engaging media is going to be critical for Facebook ad performance. Google ads, on the other hand, are a little bit different in that regard, but Facebook ads, you have to stop people in their tracks, get them really interested, and get them to buy into you, your company, your services, and what you have to offer. Right, so it's a lot more emotional, a lot less logical. For the targeting, you really want to know your market and your ideal customer demographics, and you want to create targeting to find those people. Now, over time, Facebook will actually figure out and optimize your ad for who is engaging with it the most. But if you have a lot of people clicking on it and interested and they're not really qualified, then it could actually mess up those analytics for Facebook. It might actually make it more difficult for them to put that ad in front of people that are actually converting, right? Now you want to do this for the ad writing as well, knowing your market and writing your ad to that market. If you're writing an ad to everyone, you're writing an ad to no one. You have to speak directly to your ideal customer in order to really get their attention and get them to pull the trigger. This is the best way that I have found to create ad copy, and that's attention, interest, desire, and action. First off, you need to stop people in their tracks, right? Get their attention real quick. You need them to create interest in their problem, get them to see that they have a problem and get interested in the solution. Now you have to make them desire you as the solution. Typically, a really, really good offer is amazing here, or just providing, really pulling the heartstrings and the fact that they have such a big problem and you can take care of this right away, right? And this is where you want to separate yourself from the other people in your market, because they could just see your ad and go find someone else, right? And then you want to call them to action. You have to tell them exactly what they need to do next. You also have to be patient and test different methods, because ads are different in every single market. If you just pull an ad that somebody else used from another market, you might not have the best results, right? Because you have your own demographics, you have your own ideal clients, you have your own targeting, right? Google Ads. This is typically a favored option of mine because they're intent driven, right? So you don't really have to convince people like Facebook ads. People are already searching for that service, and you're just putting yourself in front of them, offering those services. I'm going to leave this up here. I'm not going to dive too deep into this because this wasn't something that you were necessarily interested in, but I do think Google Ads will work amazing, especially in the pressure washing industry and especially with specific targeting if you're locking down smaller locations outside of Atlanta, which would be a lot more cost effective for you than trying to target Atlanta alone. Josias, I hope this was a great help. I hope this answered a lot of questions that you may have had and maybe answered a lot of ones that you didn't have. If you have any questions though, you're more than welcome to let me know. We do have a call at 1 o'clock I'm super excited for. I hope this video helped, and I'll talk to you soon, my man.